At the devastated port of Kilika, Yuna, daughter of the late High Summoner Braska, releases the souls of the deceased to the far plane, her harmony with the celestial faith now exquisitely honed through prayer and discipline. Confronted with murderous enemies, Yuna, daughter of the late High Summoner Braska, busts a cap in a bitch. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a professional artist, a huge fan of the classic comics of my youth, and an on and off Final Fantasy guy. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, in this case it means I've played through a total of 4 games in the series. Now, my age and location, old and USA respectively, makes guessing my very first Final Fantasy game easy pickings. Hint, it's currently being remade. I've also beaten Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, and Final Fantasy 15. And that's it. It feels odd even to me that I've ended up blowing off so much of the series. I worshipped Final Fantasy VII when it came out. Loved it so much I immediately started a fresh playthrough after beating the game for the first time. At the time I probably considered it my favorite game on the PlayStation.
Well, you must have bought Final Fantasy VIII then.
See, I think that's when the first sign of trouble where holy crap, I can see you!
Yeah, you drew me yesterday, Kontrol. And gave me a name.
Yay!
Oh, I knew this day would come.
Don't worry. It just means your condition's getting worse.
Okay, not helpful. But yes, that's right. Mellow. I bought Final Fantasy VIII on day 1. I returned it on day 3. Don't get the wrong idea though. I only returned it because it was trash.
Get him!
Search your feelings, you know it to be true. The draw system? Come on. Why do I perform in front of a studio audience anyway? And why do I hand out free pitchforks? Anyway, Final Fantasy IX arrived not too long after 8, and I didn't buy that game at all because I thought the main hero was stupid looking. Yeah, confession time. I'm the type of person who will reject a game if the main hero doesn't look cool. Metal Gear Solid 4 didn't want to control a dying old man. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, didn't want to control a man who looks about 4 feet tall and never changes his weirdly colored outfit. Hey, I'm not proud of it. So Final Fantasy X marked my true return to the series.
But Kontrol,
My condition is getting worse.
isn't Titus kinda stupid looking? With those uneven shorts, goofy suspenders, and the yellow vest that can't close and cuts off mid-chest and whatever that is on his left arm.
Alright. You are forgetting that Final Fantasy X is the first game in the series to appear on the shiny new PlayStation 2. The state-of-the-art graphics were more than enough to overcome the ridiculous costume design. And, unlike Final Fantasy VIII, the game itself was just terrific. Which brings us to the subject of this pinup, Final Fantasy X-2, or X-2? Which at the time was the first direct sequel to a Final Fantasy game ever. Which is really a testament to how good 10 really was. Titus is replaced as the main character, this time by Yuna, and the party system is abandoned in favor of a set team of 3 heroes, Yuna, Rikku and Paine. The characters have individually received makeovers from the previous game. Yuna is now rocking short shorts and a dress she bought exactly halfway through its completion. In other words, Yuna is confirmed to have legs now. Rikku has taken a less is more approach to her wardrobe, while at the same time taking a more is more approach to her hair. Rikku took to wearing an enormous scarf around her neck after realizing it gets chilly at night when you're naked. And last but not least, well, maybe least, Paine, who gets the biggest upgrade of all by now existing. So let's cut to the chase. Final Fantasy X-2 is great, and that was not a given since both its tone and gameplay mechanics are very different from the previous game. Battles are now active time and revolve around dress spheres. These are various costumes that alter each character's abilities and can be changed in mid-battle to better defeat certain types of enemies. The transformations during battle are great fun to watch and vary between Yuna, Rikku, and Paine. Final Fantasy X-2 is a more lighthearted affair than 10, bordering on full-blown comedy at times. Yuna's dizzy cousin, Rikku, is pretty much always around this time to inject goofiness into the proceedings. That's like her thing. And Paine is there to play the straight man, kind of a foil to her antics. After checking out the Final Fantasy wiki page, I was a bit surprised to see Paine's age listed as 18, a year younger than Yuna. Speaking of Yuna, my opening sketch is kind of a visual representation of her character transformation from the previous game. It is presumed she watched several John Woo movies in the Gullwing's Rec Room. Now, normally I would provide a brief overview of the game's story, but given that Final Fantasy X-2's plot is largely tied to the events of the earlier game, I know things would get convoluted real fast, especially with me providing the commentary. I've been known to gloss over very, very important elements of the plot. Come on, I'm on the clock here.
Are you going to talk about Final Fantasy 15 Kontrol?
Only to say it was almost the subject of this pinup. Somehow it morphed into this. So much for bros before hope.
Yeah, was it good?
Yes, Final Fantasy 15 was good. For about 3/4 of the game. More on that in the future. Anyway, I think that's about enough from me for one day. I certainly hope to do more RPG-based pinups down the line. My favorite RPG series ever, Mass Effect, is a must. Assassin's Creed Odyssey would be fun. Anyone remember Grandia 2? As always, suggestions are welcome in the comments. I'm also interested in what the best Final Fantasy game I haven't played might be. Let a brother know. If you're still watching, you're awesome, and a perfect candidate to like and subscribe to this channel. Something I'm told guarantees a spot in heaven with an oceanside view and a 4-car parking garage. Hey, it wouldn't be heaven without 700 horsepower. Now, if you're one of that small and select group of model citizens who've watched my channel before, I do not reveal what the next upload will be. I can say when, though, at high noon.